guys, welcome back to another video. I have a makeup tutorial for you guys today. This is going to be my first fall makeup look. I do like warm looks all the time, so this will be my first official, fall look. I also am using like a ton of Jaclyn Hill stuff, and I feel like all of her products that I use are great. I never saw or used or anything the first Vault collection, so I have no idea if those were good, bad, whatever, but I got the new Vault, the reformulated version, and all of mine work perfectly fine, just like her Jaclyn Hill palette from last year. So I used the Ring the Alarm palette in this video, and I'm also going to be using all of her brushes from the collection that she came out with Morphe. This one, I don't know what this one's called, but it's the biggest one. Oh my god. It's the one with all the brushes, for the face brushes, the eye brushes, and then the extra brushes with the case. So I am going to be using those in this video. And then I also use Champagne Pop just because it's one of my favorite highlighters, and it just might as well have used it, in this Jaclyn tutorial. So, alright, if you're interested in seeing this warm fall look, just go ahead and keep on watching. Alright guys, so I'm going to prime my eyelids with the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer in Vanilla, and then I'm going to set it with some Coty Airspun. The reason you want to do this is to make sure your eyeshadows come out true to color. Sometimes, depending on the undertones in your eyelids, they can look a little different. So this will make sure that your eyeshadow looks pretty much how the pans look. And then I'm going to be using all of these brushes, not all of them, but most of them. So I'm going to start out with the big blending brush. This is the JH30. It's so good, so soft. It's like nice and fluffy, but it's not too big. It's nice and pointed. So I really, really like this one. I don't have one like this, so I was really happy with this brush. I'm going to go ahead and put it all in my crease. And the next brush I'm going to use is the JH37. And then I'm going to go in with Alert and go right in the crease. So I'm going to try to stay right inside my crease just to brighten it and darken it. It is a darker shade, but it's just a little brighter orange, so it'll really make the look. And then I'm going to go back in with the blending brush. You can always go back and forth with the two brushes and the two colors as well, just to make sure that everything is nicely blended and you get all of the shades everywhere you want them to be. After I'm all done blending, I'm going to pick up this flat shader brush. It's like a concealer brush, but I'm using it to pack on Mugshot on my lid. It's the JH41, and I want the look to be like gradient, so I want the darker color all over my lid, but I don't want it in my crease, so I'm just going to be careful of not getting it in my crease. So I'm going to use the JH37 again and just go in my crease, just clean, no extra product. And then I didn't show the pencil that I used, but I'm using Costa Riche by MAC. It's an eye kohl pencil, and I'm just going to smudge it on my lash line. And then I'm going to go in with Secret and just kind of tightly put it right up against my lashes. I don't want to take it too high. And I'm using the JH39 pencil brush to smudge it out, and then one of my own like little liner brushes. This is nice to do if you are new to eyeliner, wing liner. It'll kind of be a little bit more forgiving. And then I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Fit Me Dewy Smooth Foundation in Classic Ivory. This is one of my favorite foundations for the fall and winter time. It's more of a luminous, glowy foundation, but it does have really nice coverage. And I like to use a brush when I do a more dewy foundation, just because a beauty blender does kind of soak up dewy foundations a little bit more than brushes do. And I'm going to be using the JH03 foundation brush to buff it all in. And for concealer, it's like my favorite part, foundation concealer. Everything just looks so much better. But I'm going to go in with Tarte Shape Tape in light neutral. And I've been really loving my Real Techniques beauty sponge. I've just been reaching for it more often. And then I didn't show this product, but it's the Fenty Mocha Match Stick. If you watch my channel, you know I can't live without this thing. And I'm going to be going in with the JH08 brush. It's like a little dome shaped brush. It worked out really, really nicely to blend out my cream contour. It's nice and small, but it's still a little wide, so it doesn't take me too long to blend everything out. And then I just go back in with my sponge just to kind of blur out any harsh lines. And then I'm going to use the same brush to kind of blend out the sides of my cream contour on my nose area. Now I'm going to take some Coty Airspun on my Real Techniques sponge and just put it everywhere that I applied concealer pretty much, and around my mouth area. That's where I tend to break up my foundation a little bit more. And then I'm going to go in with the Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula with the JH02 brush. I have a brush by Morphe similar to this, pretty damn near similar. Mine's just a little bit less stiff, but obviously this is a new one, so that's probably why, but it works pretty exactly the same. And then I'm gonna do a little heavier contouring with the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer, and I'm using the JH04. I know this is technically a blush brush, but I really like it for contouring. And then I just use the tip to get the sides of my nose right there. And then I picked up this brush, it's the JH05, just to kind of buff out any harsh lines and just to make everything look nice and smooth. And I went in with two blushes with the same JH04 brush that I used to do the contour. I used Gingerly and I used Peaches. Both of them are by MAC. They're two of my favorite blushes, and I just felt like they looked better together, you know. And I sprayed some Smashbox primer water, the coconut scented one, and I like to pat it in with my sponge to make it look a little bit nicer. And once that's all dry, I'm going to go in with some Champagne Pop just to complete the whole vibe of this look, of this makeup tutorial. And then I picked up the JH39 pencil brush to highlight the inner corners of my eyes, my brow bone, and my nose right there. You'll see in a second. I like to use a pencil brush to do this part just because it's a little bit more precise. And I use Champagne Pop for all of the highlighted areas on my face. And then I'm going to do the lower lash line now. I'm going to take Mugshot on this flat definer brush. It is the JH43, and just putting it as close as I can to my lash line just to kind of make it like a little bit like a liner effect. And then I'm going to pick up the JH37 from earlier, and I'm going to pick up Rush. I honestly picked up Rush and Alert kind of back and forth, just kind of like what your preference is. I do like a really like smoked out lower lash line, so it's just up to you. And I just went in and then I grabbed the JH43 again just to darken up that Mugshot shade right there. And then I'm going to pick up Costa Riche. It's the same eye kohl that I used on the liner, the little wing liner, smoky liner situation up there, and just put it in my lower lash line. And I'm going to go in with L'Oreal Lash Paradise, the waterproof one. It's my favorite mascara. I haven't like even strayed from this, not even once in like a year. I love it. And for my lips, I'm going to go in with this lip pencil by MAC in Strip Down. It's like down to a little nub. I love it. And I'm going to fill it in and line my lips. And then I'm going to take a liquid lipstick by Anastasia Beverly Hills in Pure Hollywood and just put it on the middle of my lips and then tap it out with my finger. I love doing this to give it like a little like ombre kind of look to the lips. Gives you a little cholita vibe, you know. I love it. And then I'm gonna take my Glam Glow lip treatment and just put it over top to give it a little glossy look. And let me do my hair real quick, 1 second. Boom. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more fall makeup looks, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.